Hey, this is Chuck, the bureaucrat, and today I want to expand a little bit on some of the comments I've made about passive voice. Because, like some people have pointed out, sometimes it's difficult to know exactly what is passive voice, especially because we've been rewarded so long for being wordy in our sentences that nobody ever stopped to teach us how to stop doing it. But before I go on, I want to remind folks that what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to build out my YouTube subscriber base. So what I'd ask you to do is at the end of this video, hit the subscribe button so that that base can grow and we can all work together to sort of improve the way that we get stuff done. Okay, so when it comes to passive voice, I argue that there's two reasons that we tend to use it. The first is just that it's longer sentences and papers that are supposed to be 700 words long. It's easier to write them if you use passive voice. And secondly, I've noticed that, at least for me, it's easier to write in passive voice. And I think that part of the reason for that is because as you compose your thoughts, you kind of get these chunks that you throw together into sentences and you worry about the editing later. And that's perfectly natural. But all of it comes down to how are you going to spot the passive voice and fix it? The way to spot passive voice is because of the verb that's used. The verb will be some form of to be. Am, be, is, are, was, were, being, been, has, have, had. If you're using those words, it means you're using passive voice. So what? I argue that trying to scrub passive voice out of your writing in your first rough draft, it's not really worth it. Leave it alone, get your ideas down on paper, and then one of the first things that you do is go through and look for any place you use the verb to be and edit that out. Hey, listen, I really appreciate the feedback folks are giving, questions people are asking, or things that they're pointing out. So if you have thoughts or comments, even if you just have ideas or questions, leave them in the comments and let me know, and we'll answer it as soon as we can. Ooh, and don't forget to subscribe.